Gather round, lads and lasses, pull up a stool. If it's a story you're sniffing around for, you've come to the right place. This is the legend of the bravest crew to ever sail the 7 puddles. 5 dogs from right here, on the Isle of Dogs, who decided that chasing their own tails just wasn't enough. It all began on the Isle of Dogs, where days passed slow as drifting clouds. Walks, dinners, naps, the same routine, over and over again. Captain Biff, a bulldog with a pirate hat and an eye patch, stared at the horizon.
The sea calls to me, the open water. We need to sail again. We need a ship.
Chelsea the greyhound blinked her ears. She used to race, you see. Speed was in her blood. She missed the thrill of the chase. Clegg, the Jack Russell, scarred and scrappy, snorted with excitement. An adventure! I'm in! Georgie the poodle bounced so hard he nearly fell overboard, even though there was no boat yet. And Max? Well, Max just sighed and started to imagine how much mess he would need to clean up this time. Captain Biff gave a serious look.
We will build the most amazing ship. It will be the subject of every pirate's envy.
The crew jumped with excitement. And here I can tell you all, this ship would definitely turn out to be special. The crew searched every corner of the island, dumpster diving like true pirates. Wood, nails, broom handles, even someone's laundry still flapping in the wind. Then they found it. A giant metal dog bowl that used to be the pub sign when it was bolted to the wall of the abandoned Dog Inn. Now it was left on some wasteland, half hidden in the overgrown weeds. Biff smiled.
That will stop cannonballs.
The happy crew collected all items together and took them down to the docks so that they could get to work. Night and day they worked, hammering, painting, arguing about where things should go. Max cleaned behind everyone. Georgie climbed everything.
Okay, team, let's get this deck built. I'm on it.
I'll tidy up the scraps. Looks better already.
Time for the mast.
Go for it.
At last, she stood proud. The Woof. A mast made of mops and brooms, sails stitched from washing lines, a flag of crossed dog bones over a red rubber ball, and a squeaky duck horn. Music to a pirate's ears. They set sail at dawn, chasing adventure towards the coast of Easter Island, Captain Biff guiding the ship as skillful as ever. Clegg climbed the mast and kept watch for any distant land. At last, they reached Easter Island. Captain Biff announced that they would be digging for the famous hidden eggs on shore.
We are going to dig up the best eggs ever.
They dropped anchor and made their way to the sandy shore. As the statues watched them from above, they all started to dig for the eggs, expecting big ones, nice ostrich-sized ones. But none of them found any, not a shell. Then Max noticed the statues. They're staring, he said. He followed one statue's stare and started to dig in the sand where it appeared to be looking.
Hey, over here!
The others followed the stares of the other statues and did the same. Then clunk, they unearthed piles of bones, dinosaur bones, ancient treasure, gnawable gold. Once they had loaded the ship with as many bones as it would hold without sinking it, they set sail for home. Clegg had found some catnip on the island, and not wishing to miss any opportunity to collect something, he had stored it in his bag along with a few conches. Back home, Clegg had used catnip to play hide-and-seek with the alley cats in the village, and he also loved the way shells sounded when he put his ear against them. These things were his personal stash from the island, and he grinned to himself.
I can't pass the sail away. Sunny skies, we're on our way.
That's when trouble found them. From the mist appeared a pirate ship, the Catamaria. This ship was well known. It was run by Maria the Manx, who was mean as a thunderstorm with a crew of alley cats, who hadn't smiled
Fire
in years.
the fish bones, me hearties!
As they approached, they catapulted sharp fish bones at the wolf.
But we need cover. Any ideas, kids?
The dogs took shelter on the deck and the
Whoa,
fish bones
stay
flew.
down, mates.
But Clegg had a plan. He had been a good ratter most of his life, and he started to round up the rats under the deck. He bagged them in the old sacks and then started to load the cannons with them, along with the catnip. The rats became dopey from the fumes of the catnip, and now drowsy, they were easily loaded into the cannons. And boom! The cats froze. Sniff, sniff, sniff. Then chaos. They grounded their ship and ran screaming onto the island, rolling in nip like kittens on payday. And just like that, the wolf sailed away high speed to escape. Back home, the dogs celebrated like heroes. Sausages, bones, mud splashing, a tug of war that lasted till sunset. Captain Biff squeezed the duck.
Squeeze it!
Victory. And that, my friends, is why you never trust boredom. Because sometimes it builds legends.
Ahoy there! Hello?
And that is where the tale ends. Thanks for watching.